Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Supergirl Season 6, Episode 17, I Believe in a Thing Called Love, so we're going off for the love totem. I am so excited for this episode, but I'm also a little bit like, Lex Luthor. But it's fine, it's all going to be fine. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, although if you are thinking of signing up right now to my Patreon or anybody else's, I would wait until the first of the month because of how Patreon charges, and let's go.
I'm good.
Please,
Your
please.
Own future consciousness, you technically I'm from
Gosh,
this
this
time.
is terribly boring.
It really is, please shoot
You
him.
and I are part.
I really loathe men who send women to the Phantom Zone.
I agree!
I know exactly what you are, Lex Luthor. I've had to deal with men like you my entire
Exactly.
life.
Please keep up this energy, Nixley, okay? It's the best choice you've made since you've revealed yourself as a villain.
This came in.
Oh my god. She's beautiful. She's
Anniversary of the moment that I knew I was in love with Kelly.
Oh.
Story.
Best karaoke night in the galaxy. You're gonna love it.
As long as they have mozzarella sticks.
They do.
This baby.
They'll do it another night. Has to be the night Alex realized Kelly was the love of her life.
This baby.
You love Alex?
Oh my god. Can we have a spin-off show that's just those two raising their child?
Nixley is the love of my life.
I don't believe that for a second.
Sorry, what? I know. Meant to have a
You
true partner.
don't know what
Who
love
could possibly
means.
match my wit. And if she doesn't like me now, how will she love me in the future?
Oh wow.
I did not
Crimea
understand
River.
a word of that.
But the one thing that I am certain about is us.
Me too, but please don't get distracted right now. Was she gonna just go for it and propose? Well, Lex is gonna ruin this perfect plan. Though actually, it clearly wasn't that perfect if she was able to get the stones in the first place. Come on, team! The Lex is gonna ruin this. Oof. Snore.
Miss me, Sif?
Just destroy it. If your magic is good for anything, Lena, use it to burn Lex.
Are you stalking me?
Yes.
Creep.
I was protecting you.
So get out.
This is his house.
This is my home.
Fine.
Magic is so tied to emotions. And if I feel Alex is in play and getting in my head, I think it's safer if I don't do magic. You know, God knows who I could hurt. Yeah, I understand. And you bring so much more
Aim
to
you
the
at
team than
Lex.
magic. I mean, look how
She
you just
does.
healed me. And how are you gonna do that?
Infiltrate the...
Andrea needs to care less about numbers and more about journalism.
The story of Lex Luthor's return back.
Just a really, really dumb question. What happened to Lex? Like, the trial, he survived. We were facing off against him when he sent Kara to the Phantom Zone. We caught him. What? Did he vanish into like a portal or something? Like, I know, it's partly my CFS. My memory is not what it used to be. It drives me insane. But also, I'm irritated with Lex, so I kind of don't focus too much on his plot lines. Where is the Lex of this time?
There's no sign of either Nixley or Lex's energy signatures.
This is bad.
He's,
How are you feeling?
Lex literally went to his home.
Alex's activities.
Okay.
Not up. We thought he was laying low.
Oh, okay, thank you. They've answered my question.
Just not in this century.
Lex went to the future?
Is that the same period of the future that Monel and Wynn and everyone are in? Is that the only period, like, the only part of the future you can get to?
Yes, theoretically.
You're a
What if Lex is
7,000th
using
level
some other
intellect.
technology from the 31st century?
Well, you're from there, you can do something.
Major consequences on the space-time continuum.
You're literally from the future! And you're changing things
Last time I
right
acted
now,
on
every
information from the
day!
future, I teamed up with Lex, betrayed. I don't want to go down that path again.
I understand. But every single day that you're on Earth in the 21st century, while they try and make the 31st century potentially safe for you, though I don't think you're ever going back now, you are changing things every day just by being here. The future you came from no longer exists because Brainy's been flying around doing stuff.
Not this time.
But that wasn't for a lack of courage. Because if it was Kara's corner, it would have been that simple. Oh.
You have performed admirably.
How did Kara not beat hers? I mean, that was too much for, like, Jean. I just want to give him a huge hug to ever revisiting that, and that awful moment, and the idea of seeing his babies again and everything. Kara would have surely achieved hers.
She was unimpressed. Is the underpinning of a toxic relationship.
But you love toxic relationships.
Not as much as I love.
Book fell on my face. Twice. But I did read Tale of an
Nixley's like,
Confused
that
with Love.
does happen.
Supergirl! It's only a nightmare from the dream totem.
Oh lord. She might know that, but she's still in it and experiencing it.
Totem seems to seek out love and be repelled by hate.
Well, Nixley certainly wants it for hate
Yeah.
reasons.
I fought.
That wouldn't have
Fought
actually
like hell.
happened. You might have got to hug them one more time, but it
Fought
wouldn't
to
have
the
been enough. You'd be dead now and they'd
I
still be
lost
gone.
them. And when I saw you get hit with that dream totem,
It's hard.
It
Really
is.
hard to find hope.
you know, maybe I'm gonna teach us that we're stronger than our fears.
It's true, you are.
I
Because
can't save
you
my
found
daughters,
hope in the darkest of times.
but I can't save you.
Oh.
Everyone.
Nixley convinced me that if I stooped to her level, I'd become a monster just like her. But you know what? I have something she doesn't.
I love you,
This
Kara.
team, this
Yes.
family. You all will pull me back from the edge, which is
They
why
will.
I need your help now. He's not your family anymore.
Nope.
We are. Focus on the good.
Tomorrow's never promised.
Mm,
So if you have love to give,
that's...
give it now.
Oh my god, is she gonna propose and then the love totem's gonna be like, hey guys, I'm here.
Al, I know that you said this place was booked, but
Surprise!
Oh my god.
You two have the same plan. It's fate.
Bless Esme.
The first time I realized I loved you. I love
They had
everything.
the exact same plan. That's so
Your
beautiful.
passion in you. The way that you make space for me.
This is so
Be
beautiful.
the
And for Esme
truest
to get to
version
be a
of
part
myself.
of it really just brings home to that baby girl that she is their
You are
family too.
more than my love. You are my perfect match. And when I'm Alex Danvers, will you?
No, wait.
I'm not saying no.
I wanted to be the first to do this.
Esme, be safe. Bless her!
It's your turn. You got this.
You do. Okay, time to stop you. He's a bit busy, but he wants to go and protect his daughter. Poor Al.
I hit the love totem with all the energy of the courage totem. Do you think it still works?
Not emitting any fit.
You are the person that I want to watch Die Hard with for the rest of my life.
God, poor Esme.
Will you marry me?
Yes. Yes, of course, yes.
Now she needs to ask you,
Yes.
or at least give you her ring. Oh. Oh.
we're getting married.
In fact, I hate everyone. From
Which
a
is
very
why I
young
probably
age,
don't actually
I
love
knew I would
you.
move through this powerful being.
Am I supposed to
vibrating with
care?
you could match my ambition, my genius, but
Because Nixley, although
My
she's willing to
nephew,
do awful things and like I don't like
in all the
her,
timelines,
she's very much a
in all the
wronged
dimensions,
person
in all the
who
universes,
became
you
hard and became a
were
villain.
the only
He's
one
just a
connected.
villain that was born that way.
But
They don't work
of course, I
together.
don't know any of this.
Would you like a Shirley Temple, Esme?
Well, you won't. Because this time we don't have secrets.
Exactly.
This time, you have me and the rest of the team. And we trust you.
I really am free of Lex.
Good.
Oh,
Finally, I wish we all were. William, what are you doing?
I know it will.
Oh. Why is the love totem now a tattoo on a child's back? I know that I guess she was nearby and she is the essence of all of that love. She's a little loving angel and they all love her and everything's perfect and wonderful in her life. It's all about love right now. But why did it come into her back? And also Alex and Kelly are surely going to notice the fact that she has a tattoo on her back, especially with the fact that her hair's in pigtails. Okay, so that is interesting knowledge to know, that if a totem is destroyed, you just get a new one. We will figure that out when we see a tattoo on the back of her neck. And if they somehow don't realise it's there, then they're very stupid. Obviously that is extremely dangerous because a totem being attached to a child, or is it just going to kind of grow and then fall off and become like a physical totem? As always, Jon Cryer's performance as Lex is phenomenal. His Lex is excellent, but Lex took up far too much of this episode, far too much of Supergirl, far too much of all of it. Like, Nixley was barely in it in comparison. I don't buy for 1 second that Lex is in love. I believe he thinks he is, and maybe he probably is in his own weird twisted way, but I don't believe somebody that has never ever experienced love of any kind before could fall in love like that. You know, he's gonna run up against other evil genius women and not fallen for them. And also, I don't understand if they expect me to care. Like, yeah, the idea that Lex maybe learned to love, if that were to be something that would fundamentally change him as a person, would be an interesting plotline. But he's still the exact same character, he just cares about one person. Let me know if you have any different thoughts, because if you do, that's really valid and I'm very interested to hear them. For Nixley, I can understand how kind of over the course of the episode he won her over, but I'm so glad they had her being just like disgusted with him and wanting nothing to do with him, because that Nixley and Lex are two villains that got to the villain point through very different routes. And, you know, Nixley's the kind of person that she's gone too far, that her having like a sad backstory that you feel for, the more murder and mayhem she does, the less you can actually redeem her from that. But they don't gel together in my head. And yeah, I hope Nixley kills him. I hope Nixley has him arrested and sent to prison. I'm so proud of Lena for finally realising that she is free of Lex. I think last season, where she became a supervillain, or at least she became a fledgling supervillain, and then she realised what was happening and shook it off, has done a world of good for her, and for her thinking she has darkness inside her, and for all of that sort of Lena-esque plot. And her finally being free of Lex is amazing, a dream I only wish we could all have. Lex having gone to the 31st century is bizarre to me. Like, why does everybody go to that specific century all the time? But Brainy is going to contact them now. Are they going to be like, oh yeah, we dealt with the Brainiac murdering problem thing that was the reason you couldn't come back? Now, Brainy, I presume, had a life there, but he's built such a life here, and the life he's built here has been done with like his emotions and everything, so I think regardless Brainy would want to stay. But it's interesting. Like, we're going to hear from the future. And yeah, the love totem, I love that it's born with Alex. I'd like to think that part of, like, because realistically, the chances of her being the only person in the world who felt strong love on that moment are very slim. But she was there when the totem vanished, and then she was the next person who had been close to it to experience love like that. I think makes perfect sense why it came to her. Jean reliving his daughters the day he lost them, and realising that, like, there was nothing he could have done to save them. Awful as that is, and I can't imagine having to relive that pain, I think in a way it will kind of help him with some of the residual survivor's guilt, because all that would have happened is he'd have died and they'd have been lost anyway. I love that he's able to say, like, I'm going to fight for this family, you know, no one's taking that from me. Kara is still struggling under the burden of everything she's been through. She just needs a break, a rest, some healing time. But I love the strength of love she has for her family and for her friends, and just, they are a perfect family and I love them all. Kelly and Alex both coming up with a plan to propose to each other, and the sweet little Esme being like, you came up with the same plan! It's destiny, or whatever she said. Oh, I love that child so much. Like, seriously, spin-off show that is just the three of them. Please. That was just everything, and the strength of their love, the strength of their hope for the future, and their hope that despite the darkness they come across, that they will keep fighting for each other and for this little girl, was everything. I adore this super family. There are 3 episodes of Supergirl left. That is hardly any, and I'm sad about that. I don't know. I'm just feeling a lot of things. I'm stressed. I feel like I've not really reviewed this very much, but like my brain is a mush. I'm proud of Lena for coming to terms with her magic. I still think Lena having magic is one of the weirdest plot lines to come out of nowhere with 10 episodes to go in the entire of Supergirl, it does make me think she's either getting her own show or they want to move her into a different show. But yeah, I am very excited to see where this show goes next. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you for watching.